Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage and Marvelous Monday. I'm Leslie Watkins. We're getting down towards the end of November now, and I just want to remind everybody that if you were interested in making your Christmas cards this year and you still wanted to get some items and supplies, that this would be a very good time to start thinking about placing your order because it's going to take time for those things to get to you. And and especially with the post office experiencing some possible delays. So if you were thinking about placing your Christmas card supply or your Hanukkah card, your winter solstice, any of your winter cards, now is the time. Today I thought I would show you the Merriest Moments bundle. This is a really elaborate bundle, and I'm impressed by all the pieces that it comes with. So with the stamp set, there are 16 different stamps, your sentiments, and then these wonderful foliage stamps so that you can create your own designs. And I love those. I'm going to be showing you how you can use those to make a really pretty design for a very simple card. And then it also comes, if you get the bundle, it comes with a two-part set here. So you get it's called the Merriest Frames Hybrid Embossing Folder. And it gives you a embossed image that looks something like this. So it's a wonderful border with a little space in the center for a label. And then the dies, and there's a lot of them in here. There are 16, and so there's 2 cards with dies on them. And this is where the hybrid part comes in with the folder, because you can use this cutting die to cut out the shape of the foliage border, or you can use this great big die, and that's going to cut out just the outside edges. And then of course you have your stitched label rectangle here. So this can be used to cut out either a window or a label. And then you have an assortment of dies to go with all the flowers, the petals, and the leaves, and so on and so forth. So I've started ahead of time making a few things with this set. And I'm going to show you 2 things. I'm going to show you how to use these stamps to make a really pretty design, and that's going to be just stamps, ink, and paper, nothing fancy, but very pretty. And then the second card I'm going to show you is going to use some of these wonderful dies plus the embossing folder. I have a piece of the basic white cardstock here, and this is just a standard size card. This is 5.5 by 4.25. And I'm going to get out an envelope too, because I want my envelope to match the card. And I'm going to use this very simple Season's Greetings as my sentiment. And then I'm going to use an assortment of all these different leaves and berries and flowers. I'm just gathering a nice assortment of blocks here. And by the way, if you don't have an assortment of the clear blocks, this would make a terrific present for the holidays for yourself. And if you get the entire set, all of the different sizes, you can enjoy a 10% discount off the entire set. And there's also a case that you can get to put them in. All right, so for ink, I have Real Red and Garden Green. And I'm going to begin with the flower image. So I'm going to start with this large poinsettia. Now this is a brand new set, so I'm going to get out my scrap paper here just to test that that's printing nicely, and that came out great. So I'm just going to put my large flower right in the middle, and then I have some kind of balsam boughs and a couple of holly leaves. Oh, and I also have joy, which is kind of nice, but I think I'll stick with my original plan to put the season's greetings. I'm going to put that on next. That's very pretty. So I just want to line this up so I get it right in the center. There we go. All right, now I'm going to switch to my green. Put another one on the other side. So I think you can see just how easily you can start to build up these designs and how much fun you can have to decorate either your card or a tag. I'm just going to keep working around. And let's see, there's some berries in here. Oh, I didn't do my little. I have two holly leaves, a large and a small. I'm going to add a small leaf over here as well. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my red. I'm going to add some of these berries. And I think I'll add another spruce bough over here. And I have another flower image, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to mask. So here's my slightly smaller poinsettia, and I'm going to get a little piece of scrap paper. And I'm just going to cover up these areas. And now I can add another flower up here. There we go. I'll fill in this spot with some more berries. There we go. So there is my little impromptu decoration. I'm just going to move some of these things off to the side here. There we go. Right, so that's how it looks so far. Now I can add a little bit of sparkle. I have some rhinestones here. These are the red rhinestones. And I'll just take a couple, put them in the centers of the flowers. Maybe another one over here. And that's a very quick and easy, very simple card that you can make. And all it is the cardstock, ink, and the stamps. And there's an infinite amount of designs that you could create using this set. Now I also want to put a little decoration on my envelope. So for that, I think I'll put some holly. Let me get my stamp pad. So I'll just put, let's see, I'll have it go this way. So there's the larger leaf. I'm going to take the smaller leaf and put it right next to it. My red berries. Now I've got a beautiful envelope to match. Okay, so that's card number 1. Now I'm going to show you how you can do something a little more advanced, and this time I'm going to use some of the die cuts and the embossing folder, and I've already gone ahead and I've cut that out for you. So again, I have my envelope, I have a piece of the basic white cardstock. I'm just going to give that a nice crisp fold. And here is a piece of vellum that I put through the embossing folder, through the stamp and emboss machine, and it's given me this wonderful raised relief. Now I've trimmed this down so that it's a little bit smaller than the card front. The folder itself is extra large. It's 4.5 by 6, so you could make a very nice sized embossed piece for a box or a full-size card, anything you like. I trimmed it down a little bit because I wanted the edge to show. I've also cut out the stitched rectangle for the center. That fits perfectly in there. And then I used that very decorative die cut for the foliage background. And this is in garden green. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the vellum over top of that, so just a little bit of that green tone comes through. So the first thing I did trim it down a little bit because I wanted to keep that edge around the sides of the card. If you were to not trim it down, it would reach, the decoration would reach the edge of the card itself. So what I'm going to do is just want to check my placement. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that I get this lined up exactly, I'm going to put some double-sided tape right in the center because I want to be certain that the embossed piece matches the decorative piece perfectly. So I'm just going to do like this. This is the tear tape. Just peel away that backing. And now I can line up all of these leaves exactly where I want them. And just press that into place. Now that's not going to show because I'm putting the label there, but now I'm going to take my liquid glue and this is a great example to show you how all these different types of adhesives work together. Okay, there we go. I'll line this up on my card. And for my label, I think I'm going to use this A Joyful Christmas. I'm just going to get this lined up on my block. And I'll use the real red for this. Got glue on my fingers. Okay, now I'm just going to get this lined up. Here's my label. And while I have the ink out, I'm going to use the green. And I'm going to put a piece of this evergreen bough on the back of my label. I mean, back of my envelope. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my tear and tape again for the label because the vellum paper is not as absorbent as the cardstock, and I want to make sure that I have a nice adhesion to my vellum. And that fits perfectly in my border there. So this is a very simple way to make a very fancy card just by using a die cut, some beautifully embossed vellum, this gorgeous stitched rectangle. I think you can see the detail on the edges of that, and just a quick stamp. Now we could add a couple of, let's put a couple of these little red rhinestones on there, just for a little bit of sparkle. Put one here. And that card is ready to go. Now let me get my other card back. And I think you can see how versatile this set is. Two very, very different looking cards using the same bundle. Okay, so one for more of the beginning stamper and one for the more advanced crafter. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gave you lots of ideas. This is just the beginning with this set. There are just so many things that you can do, and different ways of mixing and matching all of these stamps and dies. If you're interested in getting this collection, I'll have all the links below to my online store, and you can also go to my website at dandelioncottagedesign.com. But the important thing I want to say to you today is don't wait. Things are getting down to the deadline here as far as timing for being able to get your materials in time for Christmas and the holidays, and so that you'll have time to make your projects. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm not going to be here on Wednesday, okay, because it's the day before Thanksgiving and I have a lot of preparation to do. So I'm going to take the day off, first time in almost 2 years. So um, please come back on Saturday for Paper Crafting Saturday right here at 12 noon. I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you are able to get together with family and friends in a safe way. And I will see you back again on Saturday. So stay well, stay happy, stay creative, and I'll see you then.